BASF is sticking to its earnings forecast this year after growth in oil and pesticides outweighed weakness in its core chemicals division in the third quarter. Joining me now is BASF Chief Executive Kurt Bock. Mr Bock, these numbers look to be pretty decent, yet you don't anticipate an improvement in chemicals in the fourth quarter. When can we expect that?
Actually, good morning first of all. Actually, I think we had a pretty solid third quarter and we achieved essentially what we had said about 3 months ago. It was a mixed result in chemicals, essentially a flat development in terms of volume. We had an excellent Q3 for oil and gas and for our crop protection business. And going forward, what we see right now is essentially also a continuing flat development. We don't see any growth stimulus around the world, neither in Europe, actually neither in Asia, in China either.
So just to be clear, you also don't expect an improvement in the global economy in the fourth quarter. When can we expect that? Q1, Q2 next year?
That's certainly a tough question to answer. I think it's too early to say. We are focusing right now on the next 3 months. The long-term growth prospects for the chemical industry and for BASF are certainly very good, but essentially for the next month and quarters we see a pretty flat development.
How concerned are you about Germany? I mean, of course, we had these pretty dismal manufacturing PMI numbers yesterday. The economy could well be in recession. What's your view on Germany?
So far, I think Germany has done very well, and the manufacturing sector has performed on a very, very high level. We have seen now some news from the automotive industry, for instance, that they are scaling back a little bit, and that's a big customer industry for chemicals as well. For the time being, again, Germany has done very well. There might be a little bit slower growth going forward.
Last week, French President Hollande said at the Brussels summit that the worst of the Eurozone crisis is now over. Do you share that view?
I hope he's right. I mean, all the things are now in place. We need the ducks are in a row, so to say. It's now important that the politicians really implement what they had promised. The couple of things still open, but I think the level of uncertainty today is much lower than, let's say, 6 months ago.
And likewise, do you think the risk of a breakup of the Eurozone itself is now, it's a very small risk, if negligent?
We never bought this idea that the euro would break up. I think this is ridiculous. It's not going to happen. The euro is, I think, a very stable currency overall. We have some issues to resolve. Those measures are now in place, and I'm quite optimistic for the Eurozone, actually.
OK, finally, just finishing up, many firms across Europe are shedding their workforce. They're laying off staff to try and maintain margins, and as demand remains weak. Is this something that you'll be doing as well?
Actually, we have announced about a year ago a major excellence initiative, which also includes trimming of our cost, improvement of productivity. This is an ongoing process for BASF. We don't get panicked. We just implement what we had said about a year ago to save about 1 billion euros by 2015, and this excellence program is very well on track.
My thanks there to BASF Chief Executive Kurt Bock. That's all from us for now. I'm Jamie McGeever. This is Reuters.